Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television GPTV. I'm Brett, and my hands is one of this week's brand new releases. It's Concrete Jungle number 2. It's put out by Scout Comics, and it is written by Sheldon Allen, art by Karl Mostert, and then colors Warnia Sahadewa, lettered by Matt Bowers. So, for those who watched my review of the first issue, you'll know I was not a fan of it. Like, I thought it played way too much into tropes and stereotypes of cops. One cop was just an over-the-top racist. There's so many of them were just sexist. There was things stated that you're just like, there's no way anyone would say this in like any media. It was just so over the top. It kind of just pulled me out of it. As in the first issue, the thing that always stands out is like a white cop to her black boss. And this is supposed to be all in the future. Her actual comment was like, "My ancestors owned you," or something like that. And it was just like, one, I don't care when this takes place. Or, generally, I don't care when this takes place. I was about to say, they would never be allowed, but they would probably be allowed at some points. That shit's not gonna fly. Like, she would get canned. So that took me out of the story. Now, the story itself is actually kind of cool. So the whole thing is that there's telepaths that hijack other people to commit crimes. So they like hijack their brain and force them to commit crimes. Really, really cool concept. And the story is that there's two cops. The one's the racist, and another one is a partner kind of put with her to figure the stuff out. Off to kind of go do their things. And this issue has them doing their dual tracks of trying to figure out what exactly is going on. We learn some interesting things about the new partner, the racist cop. I think his name's Annie. She winds up kind of going more stereotypical stuff that we've seen so many times of the corrupt cop story, which is kind of a little eye-rolling. But also thrown in there is there's a drug craze going on, drug war going on in this city, and there's an election going on, so the mayor has to figure out what to do about that to keep his job and also kind of fight off the challenger and all that, so some interesting politics gets into it. The second issue is so much better than the first. Honestly, I was ready to give up on the series after the first issue. I thought it was so over the top. It was distracting. Like, it just didn't add anything. It was one of those, like, it wanted to be offensive for offensive sake. We're going to be offensive just so we can be edgy. And it's just like, it's just not my thing anymore. And I just think that's not all that great anymore. Be smarter is kind of my bigger thing. If you're going to be offensive, be smart about it. So this issue, like, there really isn't much of that. There's a couple stuff where, the corrupt cop is a little too stereotypical and over the top, and a little bit of eye rolling for me as far as that. But overall, the story itself, I think, is a far improvement, and there's some really great concepts throughout the issue with the characters, the designs, and the world. So there's lots to really like. So, I'm willing to keep on checking out the series and, stick around for issue 3 and go from there, and kind of, willing to forget that first issue if those, third, fourth, whatever number of issues that come out are as good as this one. So I actually enjoy this one. It falls maybe a little bit too into like the trope-ish genre of cops and corrupt cops and all that stuff. But again, though, I think the world is really interesting. There's a lot of cool concepts done to it, and there's a lot of cool visuals out there for stuff. So this is opening kind of discussing the drug war and what's going on. Very kind of a RoboCop vibe about it. So like slightly over the top, kind of satire to it. But and that might be the whole point of the series. But until this issue, it doesn't really come off as satire-ish. So it's interesting. It's getting better. I'm not quite ready to say, hey, check it out, this is one you need to really invest in and go and read the series and go back to read the first. I'm not quite there yet, but I'm willing to check out the third issue, the fourth issue, or whatever comes out. Like, the first issue is just a no-go for me. This one is up to the read. I'm not necessarily up to the buy yet, just because that first issue still leaves a little bit of a taste, and you never know where the third issue is going to go. So I'd hate to say, hey, go check out the second issue, and then the third one just goes back to the bad habits of the first. So we'll see. This is a tentative wait and see what the next issue is like. So if you're interested in this, though, And if you're into like future corrupt cop stories and don't really care about this kind of offensive stuff that I talked about, then you'll dig the series. You can go get this at comic shops. There's a link beneath this video. Put in your zip code. Tell the shops near you. No shop, no problems. We do have some affiliate links that are affiliates, so we get a small percentage of that. By doing that, you help support our site, so thank you. And yeah. If you're into Scout Comics, or you're into comics in general, you can check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. So until next time, keep reading those comics, and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.